And good morning. It is 8:30 on the nose here, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Health Council, Jennifer Smith and JoAnn Lopez back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today? Thanks for hanging out. I know we got you in a little bit later than anticipated, but
No problem.
But at least we're not uber hot or uber cold in here today. Usually,
Right.
usually it's one or the other, and then they're like, all right, I don't want to be here any longer than I have to. But first off, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Great.
How's life at the Health Council this morning?
Busy. Gosh, we've been so busy.
Well, it's it's a good thing because
Yes.
obviously the COVID world and everything, it's all about health, and people have a lot of questions. They have a lot of concerns. There's very polarizing opinions one way or another on what to do on this thing. And that's why the event we're talking about here is so important. This is and we've talked about we had you guys on about a month ago. The University of New Mexico, UNM, they're doing a study. I guess you could say it's the official term, the technical term, study. But they're doing some research to kind of find out why New Mexicans, why aren't they getting the vaccine? What are the reasons why? How can we help you either understand what, separate fact from fiction here, because, in the information world we live in, it's great because you got information at your fingertips, but not all the information is correct information.
Yes.
Getting quick information has it used to be getting it right. And then in the world of the internet and everything else, that slowly shifted from getting information right to getting it out first and quick. And with that sacrificed quality of content. That being said, there's a lot of information out there, some of it excellent, some of it not so much. And so people are basing their decisions on whether to get this or not based on this information. So UNM's trying to find out, well, what's people learning out there? What do they think? What's going on? Of course, if you want to know and looking for information yourself and it's saying, I heard this, is this true? They can talk to you about that and say, well, or no, or yes, or whatever. Yes. And then on the other side, too, if you're coming out and you're saying, you know what, I want to get a vaccine, they're going to be doing that, too, here. So I think I just set the table.
Well, I think we're done.
See you guys next week. Is that pretty much the kind of the whole point of this event here on November 9th?
Yeah, it's just for us to learn what's out there. What are people thinking in our county? Why are they getting it or not getting it?
Okay.
We want all opinions. We want
And I'm
to
guessing
know.
because, if you lived here at any point in the last 2 years, know that southeast New Mexico's kind of bucked the curve
Yes.
on the mandates and everything like that. So I imagine they're really, really more interested in hearing from people in this part of the state, whereas in other parts they're hearing a different story. So why is it us versus them? Why is it different? And they really are looking to learn that information. So if you're like, if you really want to know why I don't, tell them this is your chance to say this is it, and vice versa. If you're like, I've been heard this, and this, but is it true? Well, let's talk about it and let's break it down and let's say, because and here's the thing. And every time you hear rumors and things, there's always like a shred of truth and it kind of blows up into stuff. Obviously there's a lot of political talk in this one. So that creates its whole category of dissension and confusion to begin with. Right. So really that's what the UNM event here on November 9th is about. It's really trying to separate fact from fiction, finding out exactly what's out there, what information's being told, and what's being what are people believing? We need to know this, so we need to confirm or deny these things and do all that. And then obviously, if you're just saying, hey, I need a shot. Maybe I need my booster. I don't know if you're doing. Are they doing the boosters or just the initial two? And
if any type of shot, they're going to have what are the two? Moderna and Pfizer. Those are the 2-shot ones. Those are the ones that they're going to have there. Okay,
not the Johnson and Johnson.
No, they're not going to have the Johnson and Johnson.
Although that's not 1 shot anymore if you're getting a booster. I guess that's now a 2-shot too. But so the events. This is an in-person event this time, and there's swag and food and everything else. It's going to be happening November 9th, which is what date is
Tuesday?
Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. and it's going to be at 500 North Main Suite 102. what building is that? Do you know off the top of your, is that
SunWest Center?
The SunWest Center. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the bank. I call it.
When I say the Bank of America, I say it too, but then they yell
Bank
at me.
of America building.
I say Bank of America building, and then every time someone yells at me, you know it's not the Bank of America building. And it's like, I know.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
tell everybody it's the old Bank of America building.
The artist formerly known as the Bank of America. But it'll be there from about 11:30. Everything will get underway. Lunch will be provided if you RSVP. You got it. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free, but they got to know you're coming so they can plan the amount of food.
And guys, it's catered by Peppers.
Oh, nice.
Food. You know that.
So it's going to be hot and fresh because it's coming from downstairs.
Right
Actually, 102. It'll be on the same floor. You don't even have to go up steps or an elevator or anything. But so Peppers will be on the grill here for the event. And then of course, all participants will also receive a $25 gift card too.
Yes.
So you can go out and buy some maybe a Christmas gift.
There you go.
Or
Buy
use it for yourself and put it towards a movie or a massage or something.
Now, Mike, also, if they cannot come in person or they're not comfortable doing that, we will have the Zoom set up also.
Okay, so if you want to do the virtual, it's kind of hard to feed you lunch that way.
Yeah, they won't get lunch. We'll still get the gift card.
I can't fit the salami through those little... never mind. Kidding.
We can try it.
I don't know. Can you fit a green chili through the... but no, you need to RSVP. Now, the way to do that is very easy. Just call. You can actually call 211, which is your health council's.
My phone right here.
Yeah, it's the info. What's the technical term on that?
It's the 211 information line.
Yeah, I call it the information line, but I know if there was like a more technical term here.
Nope.
But if you don't want to do that and you're like, no, I want to dial more than 3 numbers, no problem. 575-910-0465. Again, that's 575-910-0465, and you'll call and you can get RSVP'd for the event. Or if you're like, no, that's way too many numbers. 211. Send. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Yeah, you can also message us on Facebook.
Okay, Chaves County Health Council does have a Facebook page.
Yes.
Shoot a message there, and they'll be happy. Matter of fact, you'll see the flyers promoting this event, and they'll talk about all that's going to be happening, the who, what, where's, and whens, and how to do this. But
Mike, and we do want everybody to understand that this is a non-judgmental conversation.
Yeah, this is not political. This is not,
all.
This is a fact-finding information session.
Yeah, and we're not going to try and change your mind.
Yeah.
If you have your mind made up, then that's fine. If you just have questions that you want answered before you get your vaccine, then come and we can absolutely do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's just it. I mean, information's the key. If you have questions, if you're concerned about something, every other time in a health world, you talk to your doctors, you talk to your healthcare professionals. What's this thing on my arm? This is no different. Talk to those healthcare professionals.
And make sure that they have the correct information.
And those are the folks, and that's what this event is about, is to help get good information, find out what the bad information is, and let's see what we can do about that, and because it's crazy. But once the political talk gets in there, there's all kinds of stuff, like there's mind-altering tracking devices to all kinds of weirdness that people come up with out of this stuff.
Oh yeah, we've heard all of it. I think one of the things that we heard was that they weren't sick until they went and got a COVID test, and they were giving them COVID with the COVID test. And
Yeah.
we're like, wow.
Well, and I used to believe that.
Sure.
And then when I went for my shot, I would talk to them. They said, no, this is not a live virus.
Sure. Yeah, it'd be impossible
and then
to do that.
they educated me in that. And then
And that's just it, too. And I think where people mistake that kind of stuff is that because you're, in essence, kind of setting your immune system up to recognize this thing, in the process of your body doing that, it may show some of the symptoms that you get. So it's like if it's testing your body to try to get it ready, think of it as you got a boxing match tomorrow, and this shot is like telling you to go to the gym and start punching the punching bag. You know what I mean? That's kind of what's going on. But you know what happens when you punch the punching bag? You get tired. You get worn out. And that's, I know that's very loose rubber, but in essence, that's kind of what's going on there when we talk about the vaccine and all that. So you're not getting the virus. You're getting trained for it, which in essence is wearing you out a little bit while it's prepping your body to when this sucker does attack you. It's like, oh, that's what that is. You're gone.
Yeah, it teaches your immune system what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So I know that was very common. Please talk to a real doctor, but in essence, that's kind of what's going on.
We do not have a boxing ring.
I'm a dumb DJ, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. But you know what I mean? That's kind of what's going on there. But
yes.
But again, the event now, it's going to be from 11, starting at 11:30. What does it? About an hour, 2 hours? What do they have a time?
Hour to an hour and a half is the plan. They plan to start the actual Q&A portion of it at noon. So everybody will have a chance to get their lunch and eat a little bit before we start asking questions.
Actually, get a nice Pepper's meal in you.
Absolutely.
Get nice, and that way you're not hangry.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't want you hangry talking. We want you nice and good. Because, we don't feed you. And then you come in there like, wow, this is bad. Like, give the guy Snickers. And then, Snickers. And then Snickers, we're good to go. But
and, like on our Facebook page, we do have posts of the event. And we've had a few little comments, and we appreciate that. And we invite them to come on over. Come on. Let your voice be heard.
It's about information, asking questions and getting informed, because at the end of the day, we respect your decisions.
Yes.
But the one thing we want you to do is make that decision informed.
Yes.
It's unfair of any of us to make a decision when we don't have the information to make a good decision.
Correct.
And so you're doing a disservice to yourself by not coming out and participating in this, because any decision you make, if you don't do your own research, you're relying on somebody else.
Yeah.
And in a world like this, maybe that's the last thing you should do when it comes to your own personal decisions. You sit there and say, hey, what's best for me and my family?
Yes.
I need to talk to the people I trust, the experts I trust. And 9 times out of 10, that's the guy the guy or gal that went to college for 8 years and went to medical school and did all that other stuff they did do. And so that's what we need to do. And if nothing else, this event will kind of steer you in that direction, tell you this is what, but especially if you're hearing the stuff that's completely just.
I'm telling you, my daughter said, put a coin up against their stick to you. I'm like,
2 minutes of common thinking, or just 2 minutes of critical thinking will kind of dispel that rumor. But let's talk about it.
Yeah, the folks from UNM, they're going to watch our Facebook page and our posts to see if there are questions that they can answer.
Well,
so they can come prepared with those answers.
It's a study. It's research. They're trying to learn here. It's a fact-finding mission. It's not an agenda-based. The agenda is what's going on. We need to learn, and that's what it is. So they're going to where the comments, your information takes them. If it takes them down a rabbit hole, then guess what? We're going down a rabbit hole. But that's kind of what's going on here. By the way, if you're like, well, I've already made up my mind, I'm getting the shot, I need to go get it, come on out, because anybody 12 and up can get their vaccines on the 9th here. Yes. So not quite ready for the 2 or whenever they just approved yet. Or is it 2 years and up yet? I can't remember what it is.
I think it's 5.
5. That's what it is.
5 to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't quite prepared, and whenever we planned all of this, it was not approved yet.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm guessing too, and again, I'm no doctor here, but I'm guessing the amount of dosage differs depending on the size of the child and things like that. I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing a 5-year-old dosage, you don't need a full adult dose because it's got less body to travel through. I mean, I'm no genius. I'm just kind of speculating why you can't just one needle's not good for everybody.
Right,
it's like, well, I think you want to give it. It's like think of children's aspirin versus adult aspirin. You don't want the quantities in there because it'll impact them much more than it would. But anyway,
we're going to have La Casa out there giving the vaccines. And it's going to be completely separate from the listening session. You don't have to participate in one to go to the other. If you just want to come for your vaccine, just come. Between 11 and 3.
Now, if you want to, you're more than welcome to. If you want to go and maybe you're on the fence and you're like, I'm going to go to the listen session, and then if they convince me, I'm going to walk in the other room and go get a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that too.
and we're not there to convince them. We just want the education to educate.
Exactly. I should say that. Again, it's not the point of this meeting.
That's not our goal.
However, if you do get, if the questions you had and get answered, and you're like, oh, well, if that's the reason, then I'm convinced. I'm going to do that. Then by golly, we'll get you shot up and get you protected here. But you're not under any obligation. You're not going to be coerced. You're not going to even be thought of as weird because of your opinion. They just want to know what's going on here. It's not judgmental, even if it sounds ridiculous. Like I heard Martians put okay, tell us. We want to know that, because if that's legit, that people think Martians technologies in this stuff, then we want to know that.
Yes.
I haven't heard that rumor, by the way. I just threw that out.
We welcome all opinions. We do ask that it's all respectful talk,
Sure.
And we want to keep it that way.
Because let's face it, I mean, as a guy, I've been vaccinated. I haven't had my booster yet, but I've had the first two and all this. And as a guy, I was in the military. I got poked and prodded with everything anthrax. I was part of that group. So my brain was already like, well, I've kind of already been down this road. What's another trip? So I didn't really, I don't have the concerns that other people would. However, I understand that. I understand that, I mean, the science is there and you can do all that, but we look at polio, we look at these other things we had vaccines for, and it took a much longer time to go from outbreak to vaccine. And this went in basically less than a year. We went from outbreak to a vaccine available. And that's an amazing feat in technology. But on the same token, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that was awful fast. And I get that. I understand that. And if you have questions and want to know more, it's like, why is this so quick? What's being... Are they cutting corners, or is there testing that's not being done? Because and I understand if you have that, because how many times have we been out there in the world and you get like those Dexatrim and those commercials for these weight loss drugs, and they're talking about how safe they are, and then a year later people are dying of cancer from them because they said, well, wait a minute, the FDA didn't check this one out as much, And so people are trained that way, and they're applying that to this. And so that's why we need to know, is that what you're thinking? Is that what's going on? We need to talk about this. And then if that's your ideology, then maybe we can point you some resources that'll show you that how this research done was different than, say, the polio vaccine from back, in that time period. And not to mention, we've gotten a little bit more technologically advanced since the Spanish flu and polio and these kind of things have happened.
Absolutely.
They did all this with slide rules and paper and and calculations and trial and error. Here we had computers kind of doing a lot of that work for us. And
that makes sense.
That speeds up immensely what's going on.
And I think also just having the world scientists working on this one problem together.
It's kind of like,
come on.
It's kind of like when you talk about, like, say, other world pandemic cancer, things like that. When we talk about raising money, that's why it's so important, because the more money, the more eyeballs that are working on it. And the more eyeballs that are looking at it, the more ideas, the more angles, and the quicker we find a solution. Look at Alzheimer's right now. They're close to that breakthrough. It's because of that constant funding, that reminders of talking about it and putting in millions of dollars every day in research on this stuff, that finally someone said, we got it. And I think that's how we fix medicine. That's right now in the world we live in. You got to treat it like but anyway, I'm getting off track again. I'm getting off track again here. But if you have these questions, if you have concerns, if you have, and like you said, it doesn't matter if it's way out in left field or something that seems a little more closer to home. They want to know about it. They want to know, because that's just it. We hate for people to get sick and die because they made a decision based on bad information. And that's the part that now, I'm not a mandator in any way, shape, or form. I'm pro-vaccine, but I'm not one to tell people you need to do this. It's not my job, no more than I want you telling me what to do. So I will never tell people. But I would hate for people to make a decision because what's best for them, because based on a fact that they got information that was not good. And that's the part that I'm upset about. If you hear all the information and still don't want it, God bless you. That's your decision.
Absolutely.
But if you get told bad information and your decision's based on that bad information, then that's wrong. That's a travesty.
As like yesterday during a meeting, one of the ladies from UNM had mentioned that some of the patients on the hospital beds dying of COVID at that time they say they wish they would have taken the vaccine.
Because they heard this story or that story. And that's sad. And that's really sad because that can be avoided. So come to this meeting on the 9th. Come out, RSVP, get your free Peppers lunch, get your free 25. Take advantage of all the swag.
Look at that.
It's your reward for giving this information and saying, I'm going to take time because this is important. Don't blow this off. If you're legit having concerns, or if you're anti-vax, please come out and share your reasons why. Share it. This is not to judge you. This is to find out what's going on. We want to know. We need to know.
We need to let everybody know that we have a Spanish session that's going on, and then the English speaking.
Very good. Yeah, I only printed
It'll
the
be
English
happening at the same time.
Okay.
So you come whether you speak English or Spanish, and then we'll split up for the listening session into separate groups.
How's your Espanol, JoAnn?
Not very good.
Okay, because I was saying they call 211.
I taught myself.
Okay.
Uno, I know that.
But if they call 211 and you answer the phone, you're gonna.
I'll get by.
Can you get through with them in some Spanish?
I will get by.
Very good. So you can call at 211 and JoAnn will help you.
Yes, they call the same number, absolutely.
But there is links. If you go to the Chaves County Health Council Facebook page, you'll find the information there in English and Spanish.
Yes.
So if you're like, I'm having trouble reading it, go to the Spanish one, and it's got all the same information, same links, same everything you need. So that way, if you're having trouble kind of comprehending here because of the language, go to the Facebook page. Absolutely. You'll find it all there.
Yeah, it was important for us to have it in English and Spanish so that we could reach all of Chaves County.
Well, and I don't know if you guys see stats and stuff, but like the percentages of not vaccination, are they breaking it down by nationality and things? And what's those numbers look like?
They are.
Yesterday during the meeting, she said that our area.
She said that the English speaking is really high on vaccination rates, and the Spanish speaking is really low on vaccination rates. And some of it is that language barrier. They're not able to get their questions answered to where they understand them, and that's also why we're really pushing to get those people to come.
And I always wonder if there's a cultural, cultural separation there where people feel, if they culturally don't, say, hey, this looks untrusting. I'm just saying
they're not trusting them.
And let's face it, Hispanic culture is steeped in tradition, religious faith, and things like that. And I could imagine some of that confusing with some of the other information, and so, and so there might be some cultural reasons in there too. But either way, we want to know this. We want to learn this, and if I'm way off base, tell them on you, and so they can learn it. This is us taking shots at the dark here on why people. Hey, we're speculating on why you think this is bad, but till we hear from the the horse's mouth here, it's not. It's all us taking shots in the dark, or taking educated guesses,
and if it's transportation issues, something like that.
Sure. Maybe it's something simple logistics I don't know where to find them. Well, if you don't know where to find them, that's one we can fix.
Yes.
Maybe it's something as simple as that. We all assume it's something more complex, but maybe it's like, I don't know where to get them. I just don't know. And maybe if that's the case, then we're going to fix a lot of people real quick. It's going to be a short meeting, but
while they're eating.
Yes, hurry up and eat. The meeting's over. No, I'm just kidding. But no, this is come on. Again, it's November 9th. It's going to be 11:30 a.m. and it's going to be at the SunWest Building, 500 North Main Suite 102, right near Peppers. There, Peppers you'll smell Peppers because they're going to be providing the lunch.
Oh yeah.
It's free event, but you do have to RSVP to get the $25 gift card and the lunch. Now, if you've completely spaced and don't care about those things and show up on November 9th, come on in. We'll be happy to talk to you, but no lunch for you.
Right. And also remember, if you want to attend by Zoom, call 211 and we can send the link.
Send the link to you and get that. And then, and again, it'll all start at 11:30. By the way, if you'd like to get the COVID-19 vaccination, 12 and up, they will be offering at this event. Do you need to RSVP for that, or can you just show up and get a shot?
That you can just show up and just get your shot.
Okay, bring your card if you got one already. If it's like if you don't have, like if it's your second shot or booster, or unless it's your first shot, you've got a card. Bring that.
Now, is there a charge for the shot?
No charge.
No charge.
Those are free.
Awesome.
As well.
Do they get a choice of Pfizer or Moderna, or is it whatever's available?
I think that bet they can choose because they're going to have both.
Okay.
So.
And I forget now because when it comes to the boosters, they're okay with mixing
I'm
now.
not mixing mine.
I don't plan on either. I'm going to get, I got Pfizer the first time. I'm going to go
me
Pfizer.
too.
Yeah, we've heard both. We've heard you can mix, then we heard no, don't mix.
Okay.
There's another.
Well,
we're going to leave that up to the medical
I
professionals.
say my guess is if you have a question about that, when you're out there next Tuesday, ask the person that's going to be administering the vaccine and say, hey, do I get a choice? Does it matter? I had Pfizer the first time. Can I do Moderna now? Should I or should I not? Because I've heard both. I've heard it's better sometimes. I've heard a couple reports say, no, it's actually better to mix them. I've heard others that say don't. So again, there's a lot of information out there. Talk to the people, the experts about it. That's what this meeting's all about. So, but, and again, you can call 211 direct, and JoAnn will be the one that answers here. But if you want to dial more numbers, 575-910-0465. Again, that's 575-910-0465. Or log on to Facebook, go to the Chaves County Health Council Facebook page. Just type in Chaves County Health Council in the search. It'll be the first thing that pops right up. You'll click on there. I encourage you to like and follow it because there's always some good information there. But then if you have a question or want more information or anything, you just shoot a message through there, and someone from the Health Council will get back to you pretty quick. Probably
It'll
Jennifer.
Me or JoAnn, one of the two. JoAnn's at it too because she's taking over.
Good deal. So it could be both. So excellent. Is there anything we missed? Anything we want to share that we just spaced out or sidetracked on?
No, we need more people to show up.
Come.
Yes.
It's a study. Without the people, we can't. Get that
nothing
data.
else. Come out, get you some delicious peppers food, and get you a gift card, free $25 gift card. Do some shopping. That'll go towards Christmas shopping and everything else. Yes, we really want that information, but if we got to dangle the carrots for some free food to get that from you, that's what it takes. Come on down. We'll get you a sandwich. We'll figure it out.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out too.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
And we'll see you all next time. Okay.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Enjoy the extra hour this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited about that. I can't wait for my extra hour sleep. I can't wait.
Well, like my dad used to say, there's still 24 hours in a day. You're not more tired or less tired.
I know, but something about that mental.
It's the mental.
It's strong.
Yes.
It's strong. That Saturday night, like, it's only 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. Yeah. Party time. Yeah. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.